Hi everyone, Hervin here. Today's video is going to be a business update video where I talk about what I was working on today inside our company. Now, today's update is going to come in the form of a marketing challenge. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I was working on our marketing today. And as I give you the update, I want you to think for yourself, how would you have approached this differently? And then leave me a comment down below. Okay, so let's dive in. So today I was working on our marketing plan for our company. I mentioned this a couple of days ago that the biggest bottleneck in our company is right now our lead generation. We're not generating enough lead. And to fix this, I have this idea that I want to offer a 30-day free trial to work with us. I like this idea a lot of a free trial because I feel like the thing that I care about the most in our company is our client experience, our service delivery, the support that we provide to our clients, just overall the experience that people have when working with us. That's what I love to focus on. I like to improve that. I don't love to focus so much on sales. I don't love to focus so much on, having a business that depends solely on salespeople making aggressive sales or something like that. Like, that's not ideally how I would like to grow my business. Instead, I want the experience, our service, to be the deciding factor for our clients that gets them to stay working with us. And so I thought the best way to do that, instead of like trying to push people by having, pushy sales calls with them to try and get them to join, instead, I'd figure it'd be a better experience for them if they get to try our services. It would be also a better experience for me because that's what I love to focus on. So anyway, that's the premise. That's why I think a 30-day free trial will work well for us. On top of that, it takes advantage of all the things that we've worked on in this past 2 years, where what I've been focusing on is our client onboarding, is hiring support team members, hiring client success managers, so that we can provide all of this support. That is what makes us different from our competitors, is the fact that we've created all of this infrastructure to support our clients really well. And I want to take advantage of that infrastructure that we've created. I think right now we've become really efficient at doing our onboarding, and with some minor tweaks, I think we could get it to a place where we can easily convert people who come in who don't know anything about us. They try out our services and we can get them to be a happy paying client who sticks with us for a long time. I genuinely believe so. So anyway, that's the idea. I want to do a 30-day free a 30-day free trial to work with us. Okay, so that is the thing that I want to promote. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking the way that I want to promote it is through advertising. So I want to do it through Facebook ads, Facebook and Instagram ads. Our clients are there. That's where, our clients hang out. Our ideal clients hang out on Facebook. I think we could definitely, if we had great advertising out there, I think we would definitely get them. Now the question is, okay, so now I have this idea for a hook. The hook is work with us for free for 30 days, right? Let us help you for 30 days. Now, in my mind, I was thinking, okay, so you could see here, I drew out the ad for the ad copy. I was thinking like, okay, what do I say in the ad copy? Because like, work with us for free for 30 days, doesn't matter who I am. If people don't have any context as to what we do, like, there is no reason for them to say like, I want to work with this company for 30 days. Like, I need to give people context. I need them to understand what it is that we do, what problems we could solve, so that if they feel like they have those problems, they would give us a shot, right? And so I was thinking, okay, what do I say here? So I wrote some ad copy here. So I wrote some ad copy there talking about what our company does. So it sounds something like this: like, if you own a student-based business like a dance studio, a music school, a gymnastics gym, a swim school, and you would like to grow your student numbers, we can help. I want to invite you to come work with us for free. Our average client gets X amount of students per month, right? So something like that. And I'm working on getting those numbers so that we can add them to our marketing. Okay, so that is the general idea of the ad. It's like, if you have this problem, we can help. Come work with us for 30 days for free. We can help you get these kind of results. Okay, so that's the idea. Now, because it is something for free, and because for us, whenever we bring on a new client, we actually spend a lot of time with them. We do 4 one-on-one onboarding calls with them. We also help them set up all of the tech on the back end for them. So, we spend maybe 7-8 hours per client to help them get onboarded, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to give this service out for everybody. I want to make sure that we're getting the right people. So in my mind, I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to write that ad copy. I'm going to tell them to work with us for free. Then I'm going to have an opt-in page right here where people, fill out a little like name, last name, phone number, and email. And this page was going to say something like, if you want to grow your student numbers, work with us, we can help. On average, our client gets this results. Currently, we're doing this offer for a 30-day free trial. If you're interested, apply below. And then they go, or learn more below. That was the thing. Learn more below. They fill out this thing, and now they get to an application page. The application page was going to explain how it works, right? So the idea here is that they were going to go to this landing page and they were going to learn about Studio Hub. So like, what is Studio Hub? What does it do? How can it help them? What problems does it solve? Who is Studio Hub for? Just answer all of the questions about Studio Hub here in this page. And then so that, I want to get them excited about Studio Hub, help them understand what it is about. And then from there, have them fill out an application. Okay, so they fill out this application. And from there, you're going to have people who qualify for the free trial or people who don't qualify. Now, then I was thinking, okay, now I have people who are qualified. What do I do with these people? I could give them a coupon to say like, hey, you qualify, go to this page to get started. And I send them to a page. I didn't build that page out, but I could send them to a page that says like, hey, he essentially has a video sales letter with me explaining how Studio Hub works, how the trial works, and then saying like, hey, if you want to get started with your Studio Hub trial, use this coupon code on the form below, and I could have them, like I can send them to a page that gets them started. Now, the problem with that is that there is no urgency. There is no scarcity. It's just like, hey, you qualified for this thing, you get access to it, and that's that. There's no, like, I don't know if doing it that way would make people take it for granted that we're doing this, like that they're going to be receiving all of this value where we're going to be meeting with them one-on-one. They're going to take that for granted. So I was thinking, how can I increase the value of what we provide, of what we're giving out? Like, we're giving out this high touch service. How can we get them to see that? And I thought to myself, why don't we do a webinar, some sort of like live group call. And I had this idea. I'm like, okay, why don't we do this live group call where there's, let's say 30 people in there, but we say in the webinar, like, because we offer a high touch service, because we're doing all of these things for the people who try out this 30-day free trial, because we're going to be onboarding them one-on-one, we're going to invest all of this time into them, we can only bring us and this is the truth, we can only bring in a certain amount of people, a limited amount of people. I don't know where the limit is, but I thought, I'm like, okay, maybe 10, maybe 15, I don't know, capping it out. But ideally we'd have in this webinar like 30 people. So that way, if I said like there's only 10 spots available or 15 spots available, you have more demand than there are spots. So maybe there would be more urgency, there'd be more scarcity. On top of that, there like legitimately scarcity, legitimate urgency. I'm not fabricating this. It's the truth. We can only take so many people at once. And then on top of that, they would value it more because they would see other people on the call would also want this. And so it would make them just appreciate more the opportunity. So anyway, I'm just trying to think about all of this. It's like, okay, so I'm thinking about sending people to a webinar. How do I get them there? So now they fill out this application, right? Because I want to qualify them and only offer this to qualify people. So then once they fill out this application and they're qualified, how do I get them to a webinar? And then I thought, okay, maybe I send them to another page that says like, hey, we're going to reach back out to you if you qualify, and then send them an email that says, hey, you've been approved, you qualified after some time, and then sending them to another page that says like, hey, to make sure that you understand everything that you're getting with Studio Hub, join us on a group call so that we could explain how everything works. Okay, so I want you to understand, like, I just quickly glossed over that, but how complicated I was making it. So I was thinking, okay, so they see an ad, they fill out an opt-in page, they fill out an application. Then from there, they go to a thank you page that says like, we'll reach out if you qualified. And then if they do qualify, then they receive an email so it's an email. So let me just put it here, an email that then sends them to a page so that they can select the time where they can join a call so that they can get all of the details for how Studio Hub works. Because I'm trying to think, like, what would I say to somebody who's qualified to get them to join a call? And like, so anyway, I'm thinking like there are just too many hoops that people are having to jump over here to get to what I want. So I was brainstorming about this. I spent like 2 hours just brainstorming on all of this, on like each of the steps. Like, how do I qualify them? How do I make sure that, like, how can I, what I said, like, if I just give people a coupon, they're not going to appreciate it. How can I make them appreciate it? Like, I came up with this idea of having a call, and then how do I get them to the call? These were all things in my mind that I was just confused about. Like, and so anyway, that's what I was thinking about, but I came up with this plan and it's too complicated. And then I thought, I'm like, okay, how can I simplify this? Like, how can I eliminate steps here? So then I thought, okay, what if instead of going from an ad to an opt-in page, they go from an ad to an application page that explains what Studio Hub is, and then if they want to apply, they apply. Below, they fill out the form, and then from there they go to the calendar page right away, like without having to go through the email and all of that. It's just like, if they apply and they qualify, boom, they get sent to the page right away for the email. To book the group call. But again, that does seem, so as I was thinking of that, it's like, okay, the ad says, come work with us. Then the application says, here's what Studio Hub is about. Apply below if you're interested. And then if they apply, then from there it's like, okay, now as a last step, you need to attend this call to make sure that you get all of the details. Like, I just wasn't sure how I would go from this qualification. So essentially it's this: add to an application page to a calendar page for a group call. I wasn't sure, like, what would I say here to get them to a group call? I could say, like, hey, to get all of the details for how Studio Hub works, you can join a group call where I'm going to explain how everything works for Studio Hub. I'm going to tell you about, just explain how the trial works and all of that. But then I was thinking, okay, over here, how many spots do I want to make available in the calendar so that people can join? I was thinking at the beginning, I'm like, okay, it would probably have to be like once a week or maybe twice a week or something like that, in case people don't join. But how am I going to advertise this and get enough people on those calls? Like, what if not enough people show up on the calls? And like, what if there's only like 5 in one webinar and 20 in the other? So then when I try and get people to convince them to say like, hey, we only have 15 spots because there's like 5 people here and 20 here, like there's not that much urgency. So ideally it's just like one big group call, one big webinar, so that the pressure feels legitimate, not like a smaller group. So I was just lost in terms of like, why would somebody join that group call? Like, how am I going to get them to join the group call? What would I say here? And then to go from an application to this, so they've already applied, and now that I've said you qualify, but now there's one last step. You need to attend this as a first step to see if this works for you. Join this group call. So anyway, there might be something here. I'm not saying that this isn't the way, but this isn't ultimately what I ended up with. What I ended up with, I'm like, okay, I asked myself, what is the most direct way I can promote this? And I asked ChatGPT and Claude, I said, hey, how can I go from an ad that offers a free trial to a webinar where in that webinar, I tell them about the free trial. I explain the free trial so that I can give them the coupon inside the webinar so that it creates scarcity and urgency and the pressure. And I explain these things. And essentially what it said, it was just like, okay, you go from an ad to a webinar registration page. And it was so simple. It's like, okay, yeah, that could make sense. Like instead of trying to like get people to opt in, then qualify, and then reveal that there's a call, like how about we just go straight from an ad to the call to the webinar? So then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna promote a free, like the hook is work with us for free for 30 days. So then what do I say on the webinar registration page? Like, hey, join this training to learn how to grow your student numbers. And then we have a special gift. That's like one of the things that ChatGPT came up with. It's like, just tell them like, in this free training, you're going to learn how to grow your student numbers, and we have this special gift. That takes away from what I wanted to do. I wanted to promote this thing that says, try 30 days for free. I mean, like work with us for free for 30 days, or we'll work for you for 30 days and on us, or something like that. Anyway, I wanted that to be the hook. I think that's like the main thing about this. That's the thing that catches people's attention. If I say grow your student numbers, and then we have a free gift, that's kind of weak. So that as a registration page doesn't make, like, I don't think it'll work, or I don't think it'll work as well. So I was then thinking, it's like, okay, what do I say on the webinar registration page to get people to sign up? Like, what excuse do I have? So because I want them to join the webinar so that I can then tell them about Studio Hub and tell them about the pitch is going to be a free trial pitch. So it's like, I think it's going to work. I just want to make, like, how do I get them there? So I was thinking like, hey, if you're looking to grow your student numbers, I want to invite you to come work with us for free. But to work with us for free, you have to attend this call where I'm going to explain how everything works. So yeah, I was lost. I didn't know what kind of headline over here I would have for the webinar registration page. And then also, like, how would I advertise the date? So what I am thinking to do, this is the conclusion to start to wrap things up. I think instead of calling it a webinar, I'm just going to call it a group demo of Studio Hub. So it's going to say like something like this, like, hey, if you want to grow your student numbers, we can help. I want to invite you to come work. I want to invite you to work with us for free for 30 days. Our average client that uses Studio Hub gets X amount of students in the first 90 days of working with us. To see if this can work for you, I have a demo call. I have a demo group call where I'm going to walk you through Studio Hub, show you everything, how it works, so that you can see if this is something that can work for your business. That is the idea. I mean, I'm going to have to write it better in the page, but that is the idea for how I think I can get people to go from an ad that says work with us for free to a page that says work with us for free. To see if this could work for you, join a live demo call where I'm going to explain how everything works for Studio Hub. I think if I did that, I could have a lot of people register for this webinar. I've been looking at this book right here called Linchpin from Russell Brunson. And in here, he has a couple of, I don't know if you can see this, but he has a couple of pages here for webinars that he's done. So I'm going to be kind of mimicking the same style of page there. That's what I am thinking to do here. It's like, I'm going to promote a webinar, because this way, instead of like hiding the fact that it is a webinar with so many pages, it's going to be like add to webinar registration, and in there I'm going to say like, hey, join us for this webinar. I think that I can get people to register. I mean, I'm going to have to create here a lot, like the follow-up campaigns. I'm going to have to create the registration page. There's just so much that I need to think about. But yeah, right now, I think that's what I am going to do, is just have a page that goes to the webinar, have an ad that goes to a webinar registration. Instead of calling it a webinar or a training, I'm going to call it a live demo. People change usually the way they talk about, the way they call webinars. Some people call them webinars. Some people call them on-demand trainings. Some people call them live trainings, master classes. So anyway, I think this is going to be a live demo. And this way, then there is no mystery. It's like, hey, work with us for free. See if this works for you. Attend this demo. We advertise the date right away so that people put it in their calendars. And yeah, that is the plan. That's how I am thinking of approaching this. Let me know what your thoughts are, if you would have approached this differently, if you have any other ideas in the comments down below. And yeah, tomorrow I got to keep working on this plan right here to keep building it. I got to see what automations I need to power this, what pages I need to create to do this, because I want to be running a test here pretty soon. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you all so much for listening. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.